What up, though? How you guys doing? What's going on? Pretty close to being on time today, you know what I'm saying? You feel me? Can you feel me? Mm-mm. Mm-mm, 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 mm-mm. Can you feel me? I miss that old Drew Down, man. Just found out the other day that Drew Down is Bootsy Collins' son. Crazy, man. What gets passed on generationally. Can you feel me? Can you feel me? Carlos Rosada. What's going on, man? I feel like you in Scottsdale, Arizona right now. You somewhere where there's a desert. No, man, I'm in New Mexico where they filmed Breaking Bad. You somewhere where there are other Hispanics. C. Rosada. I heard See No Evil won a staring contest last week. See No Evil got a mixtape coming out. It's cold, man. Just wanted to say I know you hate podcasts, but thanks for the entertainment through it. Man, Rob from Flint, you know what it is. You know I can't stand podcasts. Everybody's doing them. Everybody has a podcast. Everybody's like, look at me, listen to me, look at me, listen to me. I'm important. I'd much rather be somewhere creating art. But man, I've been running into so many people that's like, man, I've been watching the show. Thank you for the gems. Thank you for the book suggestions. Thank you for the vitamin suggestions. Thank you for the laughs, the conversation. So, if it's for that, cool. But I promise you, if I disappear again, you know why. It's like, whatever. Hey, man, the week was, the week's been very entertaining, you know. Gratefully, I got another agent again about a month ago. I did a Cadillac commercial. If you know my story, you know that, you know, I had to step away from the industry for a season because I refused to take certain medicine that they wanted me to take. So they got a little bit more leeway. I did a commercial for Cadillac a couple weeks ago, but I still work part time as a truck driver. Man, bro, it's been rough driving on that road, especially in Michigan during construction season. It's crazy. Driving in California is not that bad because you know what to expect. Driving in Michigan is a different story because you never know where the orange barrels is going to be. And it's gratefully I only work a few days a week, but I can't wait till the other thing take off so I can be through with it. 1000%. They got a brother doing Cadillac commercials. That's hilarious. Charlie, we want to see you in a Cadillac. Can you do that for us? We need urban Charlie for this one. So can you lean a little bit when you're driving? Maybe have one hand up. We'll put a diamond in the back, sunroof top, dig in the scene with a gangster lean. Ooh-hoo. Can you do that for us, Charlie? We'll put white walls on it if you like. Come on, Shirley. Hilarious. I'm grateful. So I've been auditioning quite a bit. I mean, it is what it is. Auditions is like job interviews. You go and you go and you go, and hopefully you get picked. Charles. Where's Charlie Newhart? Is he somewhere around? Where's Charlie? The whole scene, we can't see your face behind. That's crazy. What y'all been on this week, man? What's been going on? Y'all, don't the Mavericks play tonight? Who y'all got in that series? Dallas plays Celtics. I already know who I got in the series, and it's not the Boston Celtics. The game tonight is at 8:30. Dallas Mavericks coach is Jason Kidd, founded in 1980. Yeah, it's not going to be the Boston Celtics. They're not winning the series. The Boston Celtics, their problem is Jason Tatum. Jason Tatum's too tender. He doesn't have what it takes when the game is on the line. Okay. In the last 3 years, the Boston Celtics, this is their second time making it to the NBA Finals in 3 years. And they're not going to do it. Al Horford, you know, he's cool. He'll shoot the three. You got Jaylen Brown or whatever dog name is, whatever. But the problem is Jason Tatum. He's a tender. Him and AD, I really feel like they're cousins, man. Working out still, dropping Flint, working both jobs, about to transfer positions for more opportunity. Get ready for my daughter at the end of the month to stay till August. What's going on? So tell me about the situation with your daughter, because I wanted to bring something up. I was going to bring it up to the end, but I'll talk about it now. You got a daughter in Houston, I believe, and you're trying to get back down there to get to her, so you stacking up. Are you paying support for her right now? Probably so, because you're not in her life. And do you think that if you were in her life more, your support would decrease? Be humble. What's going on? The question is about child support. If you're not in your child's life, you probably, at that time, you probably be paying more in support. But if you're active in that child's life, like 50-50, should you also pay support? Are you done with it? That's love. I've had custody of all my kids, or either 50-50 custody. I have full custody of my first three, my oldest three. So I never really dealt with child support because I was raising them. But my two youngest, my 14 and 12-year-old, 50-50. For real. My first baby mama, childhood sweetheart. You know, she wanted she had the idea of if she had babies by me that I would stay with her. And then once I was like, yeah, I still, you know, she just gave them to me and left. When they was 3 and 1, my daughters, they old now, they 28, 25. But when they was 3 and 1, she turned over custody. I'm talking about went down to the court, signed over custody of my daughters, and then moved out of state. New Orleans, California. She was like, oh, you ain't gonna be with me, just left. And I couldn't believe, because she called me and said, I want to give them to you. I was like, all right, well, if you really want to do that, go down to the court and sign them over. And she did it. And then my son's mom, you know, she pulled the hammer on me, and she got locked up, and I got full custody of him. I was 23 years old raising 3 kids as a single father. This was 2003. So my oldest daughter was 4. My other daughter was 2. And my son was 1. No, there was 5, 3, and 2. I was full custody of my kids, man. No support. I'm talking about, I didn't know. My mom raised us to be husbands, so I didn't know how to cook. I only had chicken helper and hamburger helper meals when I was raising my kids. But I'm grateful for a big family. Everybody came over to the house and helped me. My grandmother showed me how to make spaghetti and chicken, and my mom came over. Everybody was contributing to helping me raise these babies. 23 years old with 3 kids. That's why my jokes, are structured the way they are. That's why my outlook is the way it is. I've seen a lot, done a lot, but I've made certain choices very young. You know what I'm saying? When you have cancer at the age of 15, you don't think you're gonna live to be forever. You just be like doing whatever. And now I look, I'm 46 years old, like, dang, I'm gonna be alive for a while. But I was raising 3 kids and everybody helped me. Everybody would come to the house. You know what I'm saying? I got a little emotional last episode talking about how my parents, I was working at Ford on the assembly line from 5 at night to 4 in the morning. My mom would come to the house at 4:30 for me to go to work and stay with my babies till like 10 or 11. Then my dad would come to the house and stay till I got off work 5-6 days a week. You know what I'm saying? So I just love and respect my parents for that. And shout out to my parents. They're celebrating 50 years. They loved me and still love me through my successes and failures. You know what I'm saying? But my question is, because see, I got remarried, then had 2 more kids. That situation didn't work out. But we got a really dope situation because we divorced in 2020 and we got 50-50 custody. So I get them a whole week, she gets them a whole week, right? But also we split all their costs down the middle and ain't no child support. So like my son, Andrew, went to Washington, D.C. That trip cost like 2 bands, right? I put up 1,000, she put up 1,000. You feel me? Medical costs. We split all the medical costs. Everything they need, clothes, stuff like that. We split everything down the middle. We've been doing that for 4 years. I feel like that's, if you're a hands-on dad that spends time with your kids and has the resources to fund your kid, why would you need the court to take money from your paycheck when you can just, hey, let's split it. Hey, let's split it. What do y'all think? Hey, you said if you was my parents, you would have wrote me off a long time ago. uh, I'm crying. I'm just saying, you know, you just played games. She just played games on me, seeing her through August 22 through March 23. I can relate. I was choosing the wrong women, fam. I can admit that now. I know that 1,000%. The way I choose now is totally different. I even know the right questions to ask. I think I had to make the wrong decisions and fail a lot before I'm like, oh, because sometimes we weren't taught how to pick. And a lot of times, and no disrespect to any of our parents, but they didn't know what we was going to be dealing with now. You know what I'm saying? Parents from people raised in the 50s, 60s, 70s, I don't think some of them had the knowledge to know what type of woman we was going to be dealing with now. You know what I'm saying? So I ain't mad at my parents, but now I know what to tell my kids. I know what to tell my sons and my daughters on how to pick. But even if they pick wrong, at least they can't say nobody ever told you. I did. I picked the wrong women several times. Several times. You know what I'm saying? What's up, Brian Jones? So Rob from Flint, I hate that you going through that, dog. She playing. I went through that. Oh my God, so many times. It's funny when a woman gets in her emotions and she don't want you to see her kids and she'll block you and won't answer the phone. And when it's time for parenting time, she ain't nowhere to be found. And I done went through all of that times 10. And it's like they think they're hurting you, but they really hurting the baby. And it really make them look stupid and blah, blah, blah. But it's really an indication that we picked the wrong one. When a woman does that, okay, like, dang, I messed up. I picked her. So you can't blame her totally. It's like, dang, I picked her. She's a trash woman. Only a garbage woman would keep their kids from their father. Only a garbage woman would try to attack and want your finances more than your time. See, a real woman, like, even though me and my ex got differences, she know I'm a great dad. So I spend time with my kids 50-50. I have them for a whole week, Friday to Friday. And we hang out, we do our thing. I took them to the Detroit Institute of Arts. We hang out. You know what I'm saying? Go out to eat, we do our thing. And then whatever they need, we split it 50-50. That's a real co-parenting relationship. The government shouldn't have to be involved in taking the father's money unless he's the type of father that don't want nothing to do with the kids. Then I can understand. If he don't want to see the kids, but every other weekend, okay, he should be paying support. But if a man wants to be hands-on, like Rob from Flint wants to be hands-on with his baby, Not just white women, fam. Nah, I'm telling you, my ex-wife is black. My ex-wife is black, a beautiful black woman. You know what I mean? When we went our separate ways, and our 50-50 agreement is lit. Now, she was trying to get me for the paper for a short season till I hired an attorney, and then everything changed. And then she was like, all right, let's just go do this. So, ex-wife is AA, it is trash. Hey, man, it's some trash women in every uh ethnicity, white, black, whatever. It depends on what they saw and what they was raised. Like if you look at family background, you was raised by your mom who had mental illness and your dad was never around, then 9 times out of 10, you're gonna be somebody. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, I'm not mad. Now I see so clear. I wish I would have saw this clear in my 20s. Now I see so clear immediately. Nope, you're not my wife. You're not, there's no way. You got this and this and this. Some people never change. But here's my thing. My question to y'all. If you are a 50-50 hands-on dad, time, resources, should you have to pay support? Current wife got a master's degree. Christian Clayton, what's going on? That's what I'm talking about. I'm talking about, you know what? You know what's impressive when you meet a woman and she has verified accomplishments upon meeting her? Bachelor's degree, master's degree, or she's got a trade. She's been working in that trade for 10 years, same job for 6-7 years, nice place, nice car. You meet some women, they ain't even got a driver's license. Like, you ain't got no L's? You blowing in a breathalyzer. Okay. It's all good, relentless. What you want? You had jokes? Let me see if you had a roast. I'm ready, dog. My BM on some BS, holding on to my stuff right now as we speak. Keep making excuses. Oh, give me a few days. Bro, that's why, listen, man, we attract what we are. Any single thing you can think of when it comes to BM drama, I've been through it. Her keeping the kids from me. Her telling the kids one thing when it's something else. Oh my God, dog. I done been through it all. I done seen it all. That's why my jokes are structured the way they. I'm so numb. Think I care about what people put in the comments or say? I agree with them. Somebody joined the comment. I made a joke about how Luther Vandross made a song called Dance with My Father. Real dudes don't want to dance with their daddy. I dance with my mama. And somebody put in the comments, this is proof that Charlie doesn't have a father. And I just laughed and agreed with him. You're right. Bro, I'm so numb. I'm not bothered by anything anybody say about me, man. He don't know that my dad been in my life my whole life. My parents been married 50 years, but I'll just agree with you. Yeah, you're right, man. How'd you know that? Charlie seasons boogers before he pick them. Carlos just want to roast. He clowning. Carlos, you let Johnny Gill take you shopping. Hey, man, look, I give my whole testimony. I ain't holding nothing back. Everything that I've been through, I'm going to give it to y'all. You know what I'm saying? And I'm telling you, I done been through so much, and I've had so many victories in court. That's what I'm telling y'all. You going through it with a baby mama. She keeping time from you, won't give you your stuff. Hire an attorney, bro. Spend the money, get an attorney, let that attorney fight for you. Because sometimes, and it kind of sucks as men, we have to fight the woman and the system for our children. I've been there. I've had to fight the system and a woman for my kids, man. Over and over and over again. Hiring attorneys, like, come on, man. Carlos was present with Kato Kalin when OJ came home from that. Only men from Ramos was slow dance with her. Hey, man. Mo Diddy. Hey, man, I ain't dancing with my father, bro. Flat out. I ain't doing it. Who is that? 100% podcast? You 100% podcast. You've been telling everybody that Bronny James is going in the first round of the draft in the NBA. Bronny James is going first round, man. He's going to be an all-star. Bronny James is so trash. Y'all looked at that picture of the stats between Marcus Jordan and Bronny James. Marcus Jordan scored, which is Michael Jordan's son, scored more points per game than Bronny. You could have a job credit, be working 5+ years, and the court will still be in favor of the woman. That's the old Michigan. Now it's a little bit different. But yes, I done got played in court so many times in Michigan. But now they've seen the error of their ways where they're like, look, if a father wants to be involved in a child, think about in a court system how many fathers they have that don't even want to be bothered. And I'm not even mad at some of these dads. I ain't even mad. If a father's like, look, they could just deal. Not everybody has the mental energy and strength to fight that woman who's off and the system. You got to be willing to fight too. You got a system that's against you and a woman that's crazy fighting you for this child that you love. And sometimes I see why some men be like, you know what? I'll just pay support. I don't want to fight. I pay support and see that child when they're 18. I'm not, to be honest, I'm not mad at them dads, man. I'm not mad at you because I understand why. I understand why you didn't want to fight that woman because she's crazy. It's a lot. You got to have a lot of mental strength to fight a woman and the system. The real question is, did Luther like to dance with his pops? Hey, man, listen, when I went through my divorce in 2020, I went through my divorce in California. I ain't had no problems, bro. It was none. I did hire an attorney, but when I tell you it was 50-50, 50-50 time, and for last 4 years, we have not had an issue because we split everything. She sent me a medical bill a month ago for like $120. Hey, I had to take such and such to the doctor for such and such. This is what the insurance didn't pay. Let's split it. I sent her $60. You know what I'm saying? And vice versa. Anything I send her, like I did this and this and this and this, it was $100, she'll send me 50. We have such a great co-parenting agreement, and that's how I think it should be. Now, if you can't co-parent in a healthy manner with your ex, then yeah, you may have to involve the courts. But if you got a hands-on parent that's willing to contribute, why would you need child support? He said post-divorce whole season is crazy. Bro, post-divorce, I lost my mind. Completely lost my mind. I ain't gonna lie, close to the tail end of the marriage, I was already losing my mind. But post-divorce, I was dancing full-time. And what I mean by dancing, I'm just, for the YouTube arena, dancing. You know what I'm saying? I was performing full-time. Lost my, until I got tired. Like, I done ran through 5 this week. I'm wore out. I need to take a mental health break. Boy. Did you go on a post-divorce F-Fest? Oh, yeah. Yeah, in every way. Performance time. It was so easy. Unbelievably easy. The numbers was insane. I've lost count. Don't ever ask me a body count. I have no clue what it is. I didn't have a clue what my body count was in my 20s. I'm like, I don't know. Why are you asking me that? Because even if I had a number and I gave it to you, your soul would leave your body. So I'm not a big fan of asking body count of women. It's like, either one doesn't impress me. I've met women, they're like, I've only had sex with 5 women in my whole life. 5 men in my whole life. And 5 or 500, that ain't got nothing to do with me. Who are you now? What have you learned from it? Because you could be messing with a chick who only had 5 men and they still curious. And then you could be smacking a broad that didn't hit 500 plus. That's a whole nother ball game. You can't never please them women. They're a little bit different. And you can tell because they got that stare. My homeboy calls it the 1K stare, the 1,000 DICK stare. You could see it in their eyes that they didn't seen 1,000 pipes in their lifetime. Like, yep, I can see. I already know when I walk in a room, I can see the 1,000K, the 1K pipe stare. Like, oh, it's her. She's had 100 rods in her mouth. So, Rob from Flint, praying for you, bro. Praying for you 1,000%. What you going through with the BM and, her keeping the baby from you. I done been there. I know what it's about, being blocked, not being able to see your kids. I had when one of my kids went to visit their parents down south, my three older kids, and when it's time to return them, I couldn't find them. Both baby mamas had kidnapped them and wouldn't return them. I went down there to get them, and you know, I'll tell you this, my son called me like, Dad, when you coming to get me? I said, bro, I've been trying to find you for a month. He said, I'm at this school. Come get me in Atlanta. He didn't know. His mama didn't know he had called me. Meanwhile, she in the middle. So she didn't return him from his visit and then filed paperwork in Georgia that I had abandoned him. This is how crafty she was. Mind you, this is the one who tried to unalive me and who is currently locked up now and probably will never get out. But she wouldn't return him. Wouldn't answer my calls. My man's called me from school. Dad, where are you at? When you coming to get me? I said, dog, I don't know where you at, man. I ain't seen you in a month. Yeah, I don't know where you at. He said, I'm at this school. Come get me. Man, I was on the next thing smoking. I went to go pick up, dog. I showed up at the school. I went to the office and asked them to bring him down. Hey, have Charlie come down. And as soon as he came down to the office, I just walked out to school. They was like, you can't. Shut up. This is my son. He ain't got no business here. He's supposed to be with me in Michigan. And I just ran out to school. We jumped in the car, drove off, and then like 2 helicopters swerved on us, state police, everybody, made us go back to the school, had to return him to his mama. My son is crying, blah, blah, blah. Got this whole court thing. And then come to find out, she done filed abandonment charges in Georgia saying that I abandoned him during the visit. So now I can't take him. Now I got an interstate court battle between Michigan and Georgia. Got to hire an attorney. Come on, man. I done been through it all. I seen it all. So I told my son, because he called me about 2 weeks after the school incident crying, like, why can't you come get me, Dad? I don't want to be here. I said, son, it's a court battle. I had to hire an attorney. Your mom won't let you go. I said, man, I want you to start praying, Charlie, because this is where your relationship with God is going to get stronger. If you want God to do something, I want you to pray. And he was probably like 8, 9 years old. He was like, all right, Daddy, I'm going to pray. So he prayed. I hired an attorney. I'll never forget her name, Susanna Kostowski. She was a Polish lady, pit bull. We get to court hearing about this whole interstate battle. Make a long story short, my attorney just chewed her up and down. His mama flipped on the stand, went crazy. And basically the judge was like, you return Charlie Jr. to his father within 48 hours or I'll arrest you. And the day my son came home, he ran into my arms. I hugged him. Like, I love you, man. He cried, I cried, you know what I'm saying? And it was like, but that's a journey in his faith walk that he'll never forget. He prayed to come home to his daddy, and within 3 months, he was home. So he has verifiable proof of God answering his prayers. So sometimes the stuff we see other people going through around us, it's more about them than us. I'm all mad, like, God, I love my son. Why God was like, look, I want to show him how real I am in his life, man. Let him pray. He's going to be all right. Did you snitch on your BM to your son? No, you know what? I didn't really go public about her whole situation till he was 21 years old. I really feel like guarding and protecting my kids from the stuff that their mom has done to me or in this world. It ain't really none of their business. You know what I'm saying? I'm not the type of parent to be crapping on another parent to feel good. I'm just going to do my best as your dad. And as we grow older, maybe you'll see the difference. Maybe you won't, because you're part of us both. Sometimes when you crap on the kids' parents, they feel like you crapping on them because it's like, dang, I'm half of that person. Yeah, best attorneys in court is to get a woman. I could have chose better one. Was inexperienced and have other was a cougar with a big leg. Had to maneuver. Yeah, see, now we know how to pick Rob from Flint. So let me ask you this. How was her relationship with her dad, her biological father? Was he in her life? You're probably going to say no, he wasn't alive, or he was a basehead, or he was there but not present. A woman's presence of a biological father in the house, it shows that woman how a man is treated in the house. You know what I'm saying? What did she see growing up? How was her relationship with her mom? Don't even worry about it. That's for real. Now you know how to pick. Now you know how to ask the appropriate questions. When you meet her, Does she have any verifiable accomplishments at that time? What have you done with your life? No verifiable accomplishments, no relationship with her dad, like no goals. You know what I mean? Women I meet and they have zero goals. What you mean the first question? Hey man, listen, bro. I've made so many mistakes that now I don't even play no games. I don't waste no time. I'm like, tell me where you at. How's your relationship with God? Or you don't believe in God? You don't pray? We're not talking. How was your relationship with your father? Who's never around and I hate him. I hate him to this day. We're not talking. I'm not wasting no time. Tell me about, you got any verifiable accomplishments? What have you been doing with your life? Blah, 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 blah. Man, I'm just kind of in between jobs. I was last working at, Wendy's, but I quit because I got into it with the manager. Man, I'm Wendy's. And I'm not mad at nobody working at Wendy's, but I'm saying you quit Wendy's because the manager was on your head? One was a Christian saving herself for marriage, so the head was trash. And the other was a BBW with a leg issue that spun me in the past. Found out she go to the same church. Man, I just ain't looking to waste my time. Now listen, if it's a jump off, now let me delineate the two. If I have met a jump off, I'm not asking a whole bunch of questions, man. I'm just smacking, okay? But if it's somebody that I'm considering for long term, which after the divorce, I wasn't considering nobody for no long term. It was a power fest. You know what I'm saying? But I'm talking about relationship. Somebody you have a kid by, dog. Reno Molina, what's going on? Somebody you have a kid by, dog. You know the difference. Be humble. Be humble met a girl on a dating app last week, and he already sent her $700 for some new tires. How much? What you say you only need 400? Listen, I'm gonna send you 7. All right. Get the good tires. Get the BF Goodrich radials, and make them change your valve stems. All right. My man out here cash apping chicks $700 for tires. Yeah, Rob from Flint. Rob from Flint, we support you, dog. We support you 1,000%. We in your corner, praying for you. You know what I'm saying? And now we know. Sometimes we got to choose wrong to choose right. You said you chose a chick with big legs and one of them was bad. That was a bad choice. You know what I'm saying? You probably should have helped her get that leg right, took her to a Lions tryout. Help her get on point. You know what I'm saying? You went to the strip club. Hey man, same. I went to the strip club and I spent one dime at all. Matter of fact, I've dated women who charged men for their time, and I never spent a dime. As a matter of fact, we use those men's money to go out and have a good time. I'm not sending no money at all. I meet you, you ask me for cheese, I'm blocking you. I'm 1,000 miles away from simp status. So that's the number one way to get me to leave you alone. Ask me for some bread. I'll stop talking to you immediately. All right, I'm all set. She was a professional leg dropper in WCW. My dog, she had a cane. I'm tripping, bro. Chess moves are the best moves. Yeah. I've dated some women of the night, as they say. I'm not giving you nothing. Oh, my dog just gave you 1,500. Cool. Let's go to Puerto Rico. And you use that 15. I'm not spending nothing. What you mean, man? How many people can you replace me with? How many dudes like me is in your face? I'm 6'3", 220 with green eyes with paper. Stop playing. The last dude who gave you money was 5'2", and he was brown skinned. He looked exactly like Kevin Hart. You take his money and give me yours. Spending no money? Crazy. Charlie keep emergency contacts in his wallet. Josh Hawkins, he tripping. Josh Hawkins, you lost all your creativity after you started popping mollies, man. I'm crying. She had a Rikishi leg with a stone cold knee brace. Hey, man. It's some cold chicks out here with a limp, though. Strong power limp. It looked like they pimp walking. They got a Sierra 1-2 step. Let me see you 1-2 step. Some of them some good women, man. Now, if you got to jump off, you ain't got to ask them some questions. But if it's a woman you trying to maim, come on, bro. I used to date a lying heroin junkie. She told me she was shooting insulin. Hey, man. Wow. Man, listen, I don't want to tell too much of his business. I got a family member, right? So I got a circle of Christian brothers where we call each other, confess, pray for each other, just have real conversation about our journey in life, right? So I got a family member. He wouldn't mind me telling his story. He met, and he knew she was a lady of the night, right? She was dancing. She was escorting. She was on drugs. She was on cocaine, all that type of stuff. So he gets into a relationship with her, right? And they got this back and forth thing going on. You know, she struggling with alcohol and drug use, blah, blah, blah. Then he have a kid by her. If you have a kid by somebody who's got that type of lifestyle, now he's struggling with in and out of court, got a kid by her, blah, blah, blah. And I can give dog the best advice because I done been through it all. I done seen it all. It's like, first of all, you picked wrong, dog. Secondly, man, just hire an attorney and pray and spend time with God. You got a long road ahead of you because anybody who chooses that lifestyle, they choose a woman who chooses a lifestyle of prostitution, being an escort, she on drugs. There's some mental things there that you'll never be able to tackle or understand. So why are you trying to, I saw this quote the other day that if you wrestle with pigs, you'll get dirty. Why argue and wrestle? Why are you going back and forth and being emotionally invested in the decisions of this person who made those type of decisions before they met you? Hire an attorney and leave it alone. You stressing yourself out trying to mold and change this person. Dog, do you still want to be with her? Bands Long, SG from Romulus. What's going on? Let me see you 1-2 step. My dog was dating a chick with a cane with a power limp. I bro got Charlie for $500 in 97. He hasn't been the same since. Never, dog. I need a woman to stand up and say, Charlie sent me $500 for some tires. I need it to happen. Please. It'll never happen. Never. Charlie sent me $300 so I can get my phone bill paid. Oh, God, I really wish they would jump in the chat. I really wish they would show up to a show and say that so I can be like, for real, tell me when. Unreal. That's funny. Dylan Chillin got one white contact in his right eye so he can walk around looking like Fetty Wap. She been on the low. Charlie Panhandle. Oh, man, Sub-Zero got jokes. Sub-Zero is the kind of dude that uses homoerotic euphemisms in all of his conversations. Man, I got to find me a new job, man. My boss is trying to bend me over. Man, what? Why is all your conversation homoerotic, bro? What is you saying? Tripping. Yeah, my dog is Fetty Wap. Straight Fetty Wap. Yeah, man. So My advice to these men that's going through it, and I know maybe some of y'all went through it already and like, dang, I'm out of it now. Man, be careful how you pick. But then if you happen to pick somebody and they do a transformer on you and it's like they somebody else, don't wrestle with pigs, man. Hire an attorney. Pray for them. Don't let it affect your everyday life. That's one of the drawbacks I have about some of the decisions that I've made is that I let it affect my everyday life, my interaction with other people, my joy, my happiness, not realizing that I'm wrestling with pigs and getting dirty too. If that's your choice, cool. I hire an attorney, I leave. I'm not going to stop who I am. I'm going to keep doing what I'm doing. You know, it was a choice. It was a mistake. Okay. Some kids came out of it. Praise the Lord for healthy kids, but I'm not about to let you drain me. You do realize there's some women that's just really out for the cheese. They really want the paper. And they feel like having a baby by you is them getting at it because they don't want to go get their own money. I'm talking about even if you a blue collar factory guy making 100 bands a year, if she can get 30% of that, that's 30,000 she can get without even doing nothing, just raising a baby that she ain't even gonna be around. That baby gonna be with family while she out getting hit by the next dude. Tripping. Man, when you know better, you do better. It's just certain chicks I can't even be around no more, man. You and Released, what's going on? I don't think I've ever seen you in the chat. I appreciate all of y'all tapping in. Let me know where y'all from, man. I got Sub-Zero in the building. Rob from Flint. Be Humble, Josh Hawkins, Brian Jones. Brian Jones, where you from? I got family named Brian Jones. I wonder if that's you, dog. Be Humble, you sound like my OGs, my teens. It was 48 hours, 2-on-1 match. But ever since women started moving more like men, it's destroyed the dating scene. NDAs, for real. Peoria, what's going on? NDAs is touchy. I sent an NDA to a broad one time, and she talking about she sent it to an attorney, and he told her that he don't have to do this and this and this and this. I got NDAs on deck. I remember I was on a podcast one time that was growing fairly fast with some other people, and I sent them all copies like, hey, man, you mess with a broad, you need to have them sign this. LA, Sub-Zero, what's up? Texas? I knew you was somewhere in the desert around Hispanics, Reno, Molina. So I don't know what 757 is, dog. What's the city? Lubbock, Texas. You on the bike? You got time? My dog is right. Oh, you doing the exercise, man? Rob from Flint? Let's roast then, man. Rob from Flint. Rob from Flint, last week you was at Red Lobster drinking wine, telling everybody in there how your family runs Baltimore. My whole family run Baltimore, man. Give me another white wine. My man in there drinking wine, telling stories about how gangster his family is. At the gym, NFK, okay. It's Mike Jordan from Detroit. We mess with you heavy, for real, for real. What's up, D-Town, Mike Jordan? I appreciate you tapping in, man. You know how much love I got for the city. My family run Baltimore, man. My Uncle Tony, man, he was moving major weight, man. What up, Chuck? This Todd. Keep doing your thing. Mr. Wendell, what y'all finna do? Todd, what's popping, man? Man, I miss you, Todd. Todd, good people, dog. Todd, even though your teeth look like a whole bunch of what is it? Your teeth look like a whole bunch of pieces of broken drywall, just kind of scattered and placed in place. Todd, my guy though. You got your pickup on the Walmart. I'm sniffing dirty pads out of the restroom trash. Reno Molina. Reno Molina, you let Bow Wow slap you on IG Live for $40. Oh God. Pyrenees Tapu, the Samoan surfboarder. Charlie looked like media presents Harry Potter. I'm crying. Pyrenees Tapu, you just had to go to the hospital last week for a torn anal lining. Man, you had so much blood in the back of your drawers, man. There was concern. You work at Red Lobster as your second job, and that Josh, hey man, my dog, I'm spot on. You work at Red Lobster and you drink wine? Come on, fam. That's impossible. My family run Baltimore, man. Give me another white wine. Can I get some of them cheese biscuits? My man, he changed up his voice when he talking to white people. His voice get all high pitched. Can I get some of them cheese biscuits? Yeah, okay. Y'all, a lot of y'all shutting down. A lot of Red Lobsters are shutting down. Are y'all gonna be? I'd love to get the cheese biscuit recipe. What's up with Red Lobster? Why they shutting them down, dog? After giving away free shrimp? Charlie got kicked out of the hospital for wearing his hospital gown the wrong way. Pyrenees Tapu, he keeps watching the Diddy video when he running up the hallway with that white towel on. He'd watched it 40 times, hoping to see if the front of the towel pops open. Like, well, maybe it pops open a little bit, man. My man is at Planet Fitness doing trash workouts, man. Charlie do 56 push-ups to get in the strip club. Todd, you let Diddy grab your leg at an airport in Scottsdale. He was sitting next to you. Y'all was just watching TV at the same time. He just reached over. You let it ride like, this is Diddy. Am I going to let him take that? Take that. But I mean, this is Diddy. Can I take a picture with you, Diddy? I'm a fan. You on the Temu version of Common? Reno Molina, you've been in a coma. You was in a coma for 3 weeks after a Diddy party, man. So, let me tell y'all something, man. People in this world right now are incredibly self-absorbed. And it's biblical. It's absolutely biblical. In 2 Timothy 3:2, I'm about to hit y'all with a commercial in a minute. 2 Timothy 3:2 says, in the last days, people will only love themselves and their money. They will be boastful and proud, scoffing at God, disobedient to their parents, and ungrateful. People are so self-absorbed right now, bro. Unbelievably self-absorbed. You see it. They in their phone. Everybody think they're a celebrity. They're making posts every 2 seconds. Like, come on, man. It's unreal. Unreal, dog. Crazy. Charlie and Terrence Howard eyes hate each other like Scorpion and Sub-Zero. No substance, just a false perception of themselves of reality. That's true. This scripture is so true, and it gives me peace when because there's a layer of humanity that's been eroded, especially since the pandemic, right? People care about themselves. You can tell how they drive, how they interact with people. That's why I've made it a personal journey, a personal choice to encourage people when I see them, lift them up in public, even if they're a stranger. Because even yesterday at work, I drive truck a few days a week, and we like behind, we short on workers. It's just a mess. So they loading up my trailer. I drive a 48-foot trailer in a tractor. They loading up my trailer, and I could tell everybody's stressed. And a couple of the dudes loading it, I just took the time to say, hey, man, thank you, dog. Appreciate you. One dude was like, man, ain't nobody told me thank you all day. Thank you, bro. For real. But if I'm so self-absorbed in, I gotta my phone and what I gotta do and blah blah blah, I'm really telling you, man. Some of these not everybody, but for some people, smartphones and social media is destroying them, dog. We can't be present in the moment. Imagine if I was unpresent and not in the moment when I was working at this dealership in Santa Monica. The day that I met this dude, he gave me a job on the TV show Star Trek. Gave me an audition. I wasn't in my phone. I wasn't self-absorbed. I helped him and his wife, older Jewish guy, bought a car from me, and I was just engaged and present with them the whole time. My phone wasn't nowhere near me. And he was like, "What do you do that you can only work here part-time?" I said, "I'm an actor and a comedian." He looked at his wife and said, "I knew it. I knew he was an actor comedian. I could tell." He said, "My daughter runs such and such a CBS." He said, her best friend is Liz Dean. She's a casting director. I'm going to get her on the phone right now." Called her on the phone. He said, in front of me, "Hey, Liz, I got this black guy in front of me with gorgeous green eyes." I was like, man, I just let dog call me gorgeous, man. I'm uncomfortable. "Hey, I want to get him in for an audition right away. And as a matter of fact, I'm going to hand him the phone." He handed me the phone. I talked to Liz, by the way, who I'd been trying to get in touch with for 6 months, sending her headshots, resumes, and nothing. So in all labor, there's profit. Your efforts now will be rewarded. Just because you don't see it, don't mean it ain't gonna happen. Introduces me to Liz. He brings me in for an audition in 2 days. And a week later, I booked a guest star role on Star Trek Picard, a speaking part for all you ignorant people who like, what, was you just an extra in the background? No, a guest star role means I was speaking on a Screen Actors Guild TV show in California. From selling a car to somebody at a dealership, because I was present. I wasn't self-absorbed in my phone or posting a picture of my food. I was present with the people around me. We are missing out on opportunities right now because we're self-absorbed, and not just opportunities, connections, relationships, real conversations. God may have some wisdom for you that's locked up in a person that's in the same room as you, but you ain't connecting with them because you're trying to connect with all of these thousands and millions of people online by taking a picture of your food. Now, ain't nothing wrong with that. I'm just saying be balanced. I'm not the guy to tell you not to do certain things. Don't have a cell phone. Don't be on social media, blah, blah, blah. I am the guy that's asking you to have balance because sometimes there's a blessing right around you and you so absorbed in what's going on with you. And come on, I'm going through some stuff now. Can't even talk about family and, you know what I'm saying? Legal stuff. And I can't talk about it all, but I'm still here posting. I'm getting paid for this. You know what I mean? Giving real game, hopefully to encourage y'all. It just blesses me when I'm out and about and I run into somebody and they're like, man, I saw such and such. That blessed me, man. Thank you for sharing that testimony. It's all God. Put your phone down sometimes, dog. 7 out of 10 green dudes and Romulus got green eyes. I told this drunk homeless lady, drinking 2-on-1, she a queen and I'm proud of her for not giving up. If she got out of work, probably didn't help, but I was praying for her. That's a blessing, man. The part you leaving out is how you shoulder the top of your pipe cleavage in your pants. Hey, you a queen, man. You a queen, and I got respect for you while you was unbuckling your pants. And what you think about my penis cleavage? My man out here showcasing the base of his penis to other women. Hey, what you? This is not the whole thing. This is just cleavage. If you can walk around with your chest out, I can walk around showing the base of my pee-pee. It's called penis cleavage. Your girl from Romulus? Oh man, I almost want to ask what her name is. I do think we near the end of days, man. It's wars, rumors of wars. People are lovers of themselves. What's 3rd Timothy say? If we read the whole chapter. 3rd Timothy, 2nd Timothy, chapter 3, 1 through 17. That'll tell us everything we need to know. 2 Timothy 3. But mark this, there will be terrible times in the last days. People will be lovers of themselves, lovers of money, boastful, proud, abusive, disobedient to their parents, ungrateful, unholy. I mean, you got Lil Nas X sliding down poles onto the devil's lap. Without love, unforgiving, slanderous, without self-control, brutal, not lovers of good, treacherous, rash, conceited, lovers of pleasure rather than lovers of God, having a form of godliness but denying its power, having nothing to do with such people, have nothing to do with such people. We experiencing all of this now for a long period of time. It's people out here that I've met so many people that say they had a relationship with God, but you can look at them. You know what I want y'all to do? Like this week, this is my homework assignment. Friends, family, or relationships you have in your life that you may be on the fence about, that you don't know whether or not you want to continue. Ask God to give you a dream about who these people are. Man, I've had so many dreams about potential people. Now that I understand that, I'll be asking God, show me, do you want me to be cool with this person? What's up with them? Give me a dream, God. Show me. Every time. 2-3 days, he'll give me a dream. And 9 times out of 10, when I start behaving around a person, when I get distant, it's because it's like I've had a dream where God showed me to leave you alone. We know people by 3 things: observation, revelation, recommendation. Watch them for a while. Observation, revelation, pray to God, recommendation. Talk to their friends. Talk to people around them. They'll tell you, man, Johnny, something wrong with Johnny, man. Johnny be walking around with a butt plug in and telling everybody about it, and it lights up. And he wears real thin pants so you can see the butt plug lighting up. Johnny is a pirate, so be careful. I don't know about it. I deactivated all my social media. Shout out to you, and replaced it with reading the Bible. Literally feels. Hey, man, that's love. I have no access to my social media. You send me a message on IG, Facebook, TikTok. I have no clue. My daughter runs all of that for me because I went so long with no social media. That's why I'm kind of behind in reference to this internet stuff comparative to my peers, which I really don't care. But for the longest time, I had no. When I got on a certain podcast, I didn't have no social media, and everybody was like, I wasn't doing it for fame, getting on there. I just wanted to be in community. But everybody was like, you don't have social media? No, I have zero social media, dog. I don't even have a smartphone. I got a flip phone. I love the Bible, man. It's my favorite book in the world. And you getting rid of social media and listening to more Bible is sometimes. Now, again, I'm not the person to tell you what to get rid of, what not to get rid of, what to do and what not to do. But all I'm asking you to do is look at your life and possibly maybe look at what it looks like to remove some distractions. Everybody's distractions may be different. That's why I'm really leery about people who try to tell you, you should get rid of this. You should come on. That's what you should get rid of. I may be okay. One person may be okay with drinking wine every day. Obviously, Rob from Flint is cool with drinking wine and being at Red Lobster and telling everybody his family runs Baltimore. Okay, maybe that wine don't hurt him, but another person who has different proclivities and chemical imbalances may have a difficult time handling wine. So you got to search yourself and figure out what works for you. For me, I can never have a smartphone. That's just me. I don't have the self-control to have a smartphone and have Instagram. I just don't have it. So I get rid of it. But I'm not going out projecting my own proclivities and issues on everybody. You should have a smartphone, shouldn't have social media. Maybe you can handle it. You might be able to handle that and can't handle, you know what I'm saying? Candy and cheeseburgers. Everybody's different. Life is good in the present moment. You need a job? Hey, there's a ton of jobs. There's a ton of jobs hiring, man. Man, I had fun on that podcast, dog. I had so much fun. I wasn't doing it for fame. I did it for the relationships and the friendships in the room. during the pandemic, and I had an amazing time. You know, I got nothing but positive things to say about everybody in that room. I learned a lot from everybody. I learned how to do what I'm doing now. I just got so much. It was just great. I've been roasting since high school. If you take me back to Romulus High School, we did this thing called rap capping. We called it capping in Michigan, blazing people. So since the age of 15, capping at the table. And even now, me, my cousin Lynn, my cousin Fred, and my brother Wayne, all day we have a group chat where we roast each other probably 20 times a day, all day long, every day. So it's just been a part of my life. That's why it was so easy for me. It wasn't hard to be in a room roasting and capping. I've been doing this since 15, but I'm grateful for the time on the show, and I wish nothing but success and blessings for everybody on the show. You know what I'm saying? Mr. Foley got you expelled from Romulus. Hey, Mr. Foley was a buster. Him and Mr. Mayweather. Reno Molina got a TD Jakes poster in his wall with a bunch of white spots on it. And he replaced the J with C. This my TD Cakes poster? You know what I'm saying? Yeah, you need a job, call me Kill Patterson. There's plenty of jobs out here, pimping. Get your CDL license and hop on the truck. Get a license. Go get a life and health, property and casualty license and sell some insurance from the crib. There's so many jobs you can go get for the bread. I'm glad life is good at the present moment, Brian Jones. What else did I want to talk to y'all about? I already told y'all that the Boston Celtics is going to lose the series because Jason Tatum is soft. Talked about that earlier. I want to recap so that y'all understand. Jason Tatum will never win an NBA championship. He's just as soft as AD. Russell Westbrook will never win an NBA championship. James Harden, there's certain people you can tell how they play when you need them in the clutch. That's why Chris Paul was genius. He couldn't defeat the Golden State Warriors, so that's why he joined them to give them one of the worst seasons they ever had. Chris Paul will never win an NBA championship. Can't beat Golden State. Let me join them and make them trash. He's a cancer to the team. Jason Tatum's soft. He doesn't do what it takes when the time is needed. Jason Tatum is weak. He's not going to win the watch. It's going to be Mavs in 6. Because Kyrie Irving has to get redemption. He has to get redemption because the NBA and other people demonized him for not taking the thing, right? And Mark Cuban took a chance on him, but he didn't take the thing, and he spoke out publicly and shared a link about a specific book that he supported, right? Y'all know the book. Well, if you don't know, look it up. He just shared the link of a book that he read and supported. They demonized him for that and not taking the hookup. So all these teams in the NBA didn't want nothing to do with him. Mark Cuban was like, I'll take a chance. So now Mark Cuban and Luka, even though I don't fully believe in Luka, I feel like the NBA plays off of him a little bit, gives him a little bit more leeway. Like other teams are instructed to kind of leave him alone because he's one of the great white hopes. But the Kyrie Irving story, he stood on all 10. He said, I don't want to put that in my body. This is my only God body. Why do I put that in my body and blah, blah, blah? And look at all these people that are fading from taking that. 52 years old. I saw one NFL player, 52 years old, retire, just, you know what I'm saying, went to the other side because of that. And it's like, I'm not mad at everybody who took it. You did it. Again, I'm not the person to say, don't do, you should do. You choose your own prayerful choice. But what I'm saying is if you come to me and you tell me, Charlie, the only way I'm going to let you audition is if you take this, I'm going to tell you I ain't taking it. You can't give me no ultimatum. Okay, fine. Well, then you won't audition and blah, 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 and our relationship is over. Cool. I'll get a CDL and hop on the truck. You think I'm going to stop getting to the bag because of you? I don't care nothing about fame. I could care less when I'm delivering and driving a truck and people say, hey, it's you, Charlie, from Chicago PD. You was at Optima Tax Relief commercial. Yeah, so what? I'm getting to the bag. I don't care nothing about that, man. I could care less about the praise of men and being on TV, dog. 1000%. I want to be alive for my kids, man. I don't walk in a room hoping people acknowledge me from some commercial. Half the people that I know don't even know nothing about that. I don't even talk about it. What do? Drive truck. I create content every now and then. I don't talk about that other stuff. Who cares? I stand on business 1000%. I didn't put no poison in my body for a bag or to get in places. And not only that, I wasn't even willing to go get the little fake boy just to be in their circle. Man, keep your circle. I'll make my own. But anyway, Kyrie's fighting that battle. I feel like he was railroaded and mistreated for a season because he chose to stand on business and he chose to support certain things and they mistreated him. So I would love to see him win to get that redemption. I'd love to see, you know what I'm saying, how cool him and Mark Cuban is after a game. Like he took a chance on him. You know what I'm saying? So I want them to win. So I'm kind of biased, but I also feel like Jason Tatum is a pirate. And he's not going to win. You know? That's how I feel. They try to force people in Georgia. If you were a delivery driver, certain hospitals wouldn't let me deliver because you wouldn't take. That's wild. You on the truck watching this? Shout out to you, hey Josh. Where you driving at, man? And what you driving? I was in a 48-footer yesterday, delivering to Starbucks. We had 10 stores. I was out all night. I'm exhausted right now because we got a whole new warehouse. We got all new employees. It's a mess. And I was driving from 8 at night till like 5 this morning. I'm so tired, dog. Gratefully, I'm only doing this a few days a week, but man, I got an audition to send tomorrow. I'm about to sleep all night like a baby and send off the audition tomorrow by noon. But dog, 48-footer, man. Pulling it in them Starbucks parking lots. You can only imagine. U.S. Foods, hey, man. I drove for Cisco for a while. For real. Man, Marino Molina, that's why I respect y'all, because y'all, we attract what we are. When I drove for Cisco, we didn't have to take the jab, but we had to go test every week. I didn't even go in and test. Fire me if you want. Y'all ain't got nobody to work here anyhow. And I ain't wearing no mask. I walk in some restaurants and they'd be like, can you wear a mask? No. Do you want this stuff? I'd leave it outside if you don't want me in here, and you can go outside and get it. What do you want? I just drop it off here. All right. You can't make me wear it. It's voluntary. No, I'm not wearing no mask. I'm fine. I didn't take that. I never wore a mask. I'm here and healthy. So everybody that was trying to paint this agenda that if you don't take it, then you're gonna fade, or you're gonna make us something's gonna happen. I'm still here, dog. Super healthy. I did what I wanted to do. Yes, I was rebellious. I traveled and went everywhere. I never wore. I fought the people who asked me. I can't tell you how many times I showed up somewhere and they were like, "Can you put that on before you come in?" No. If you like, I'll leave it outside this door. You can come out here and get all these boxes. Oh, no, that's fine. But just shut up and move out the way, man. Hey, man, U.S. Foods, bro, you a soldier. I almost worked at U.S. Foods. I had a choice. When I first came out of CDL school, it was between U.S. Foods and Cisco. I chose Cisco, but, I was there for 2 months. I was praying to God, like, get me out of here. And I booked a commercial for 5 figures and quit the day I booked the commercial. I'm done, guys. Take care. C. Moss and Elderberry would keep that mess away. Facts. Hey, I feel you, Reno. You a G. People don't understand. Now, do y'all have to scan the boxes? No, we had to do that at Cisco. Every pallet we pulled off, we had to scan every box before putting it on the dolly and taking it in the store. That used to wear me out because all of the stuff was scattered. They were so terrible in the warehouse. They would scatter all the stuff through all the pallets in the trailer. Cool thing now when I deliver to Starbucks is when I come off, the pallets is right there. I drop all of the stuff on the dolly, take it in the store. I ain't got to scan nothing. But I do have to deliver milk, the dry product, and the food in the green containers. But man, Dog, I ain't been in the workforce since 2007. I took the buyout in '07 from Ford. Now, along that time, I've had a little part-time job. I ran my dad's car lot a few days a week. I sold cars at the dealership in Santa Monica for a few days a week. I've only had like part-time jobs where I wasn't even there all day. This is the first time where I'm like last night, I was working from 8 at night to 5 in the morning, bro. The workforce is totally different. I would lose my mind if I had to work every single day. If I still didn't have this little bit of entertainment on the side, I'd lose my mind if I had to work 5-6 days a week, drive a truck. I'll lose my mind, dog. The way people drive, the way people don't care, hide and go seek every day. I believe it. Penske's, that's where I'm at right now. Dog said he lost 40 pounds in 6 months. Man, I'd be hustling. 48-foot trailer, jumping up and down the trailer, pulling out boxes. Monday, I ain't gonna front, man. I work Monday, Wednesday, Friday. I do this podcast Tuesday, Thursday. On the weekends, I'm with my kids. Monday, I had to deliver 1,000 gallons of milk. Man, it was probably 10,000 packages in the trailer. It was stuffed. It was so stuffed, it was overstuffed. And one whole pallet fell out of the trailer onto the ground at one of the Starbucks stores. And I just stared at it and laughed. And me and my helper had to clean it up, broke the pallet jack, had to go back to the yard, get a pallet jack. Come on, bro. I'm in the field. I'm doing both. I did a Cadillac commercial on Tuesday. Wednesday, I was on the truck driving. That's the stuff you got to do when you're standing on all 10. You can't just, you know what I'm saying? I wish I could just only do entertainment right now, but they gatekeeped me so much because I wouldn't take that jab. It's like I still got to eat. So, all right, I'm going to drive a truck. And when you get a CDL license, drive a truck, you can make great money working 3-4 days a week. Chain accounts is dope. You worked in the freezer at Penske. Hey, man, no joke. But I feel you. We blessed to have a helper, man, at Penske. That's one of the reasons that I loved it, because at Cisco, I ain't had no helper. I was out there in the field by myself, had to adjust the hours. I'm out there 14, 15 hours everywhere. Palm Desert, Riverside, LA, Anaheim, Lake Arrowhead. I was everywhere by myself, bro, with all them packages in the back that I had to scan before I walked in. I couldn't believe it. Like, this is so... And it just got to the point where I stopped somewhere and I had, let's say, 2 pallets of stuff, 300 packages to drop off. Okay, so let's say there was a cheesecake factory I had to deliver to in Redondo Beach with Cisco. I pulled in a lot when they opened. It took me so long to deliver because I was trying to find all of these packages. By the time it was time for me to pull off, the cheesecake factory was open and I couldn't even pull out of the parking lot. I had to go in and ask people to move their cars so I can get out, because there was no way for me to get that truck and that trailer out of the lot. And after that day, I was like, I'm only spending 3 minutes looking for packages. If I can't find it, I'm skipping it. You ain't getting it. So then when they called me in the office, like, Charlie, these deliveries, you're missing packages. I said, man, it's not my job to search through this trailer for packages, man. They're supposed to be on the pallet. If I can't find it in 3 minutes, it don't get there. What do you do with the stuff at the end of the night if you can't get it there? I bring it back to the warehouse. Tell your warehouse people to stack these pallets properly, man. Crazy. Riding on red. Hey, dog. Facts. When you riding on red and that OmniTrack, what kind of system did y'all have? That OmniTrack or what? When you riding on red and you only got a few minutes left, hey, man, I ain't gonna lie. Riding on red with 0 minutes left. And that's what I hear some people do. Crazy. How much was CDL class? I went to the CDL class at Source Trucking in Corona, California. Source Trucking Academy was $3,500, and it probably still is. If you're in Southern California, go see my boy Cody at Source Trucking. He has the best rates in town. Not only the best rates, but it's the best sleep. And I'm kind of biased because I worked there for a while. Cody was so real. He let me do commercials with the school. I did like a roasting in public session there, blah, blah, blah. But he do got the best prices because some of them charge $8 bands. $3,500. Yeah, that Omnitrax is vicious when it's all red and it says 0 time left. You like, hey man, I got to get back to the yard, dog. I hope I don't get flicked. That's when I'm making sure the tail lights and everything is 100. Used to deliver juice and milk to prison and jails around Michigan. Man, listen, when I worked, I actually started working at a spot called Shamrock in Miraloma, California. It was like 5 minutes from my house. I was living in Eastville. Shamrock, we delivered to prisons. And they was telling us, like, sometimes when you deliver, you may not be able to pull out on time. If it's a prison riot or a prison fight, they'll lock everything down and not let you out. And my homeboy, man, shout out to Ralphie, was training me. He said, man, one time I got stuck here for 7 hours. Didn't let me out. I'm like, oh, what? You bought your own truck with the furlough checks during the pandemic? That's smart. I know a lot of people with trucks and trailers. A couple of my homeboys, they parked them, man. One of them had a flatbed. Other one had a trailer, but he was like, the rates are so crazy because it's been flooded with so many people that's willing to take whatever the rates got stupid. Because if you put it on the load board, I'm pretty sure you understand this, Reno Molina. When you own a truck, trailer, or whatever, even if it's just a truck, your jobs get presented on a load board. And the load board is, now I know that 100% podcast has a different definition for load board. His is something very homoerotic. But when you're a truck driver, load board is, okay, you got such and such going from Phoenix to Michigan, and has the opportunity to pay $1,500. What has happened is there's so many, the market is so oversaturated, somebody a bid in at 1,000. Well, I take it for 1,000 less. And somebody, well, I'll take it for 700, half. So the rates are so trash now that all of the owner operators is like, oh my God, they said they was gonna give you $1,500. Why are you offering $700? Insane. For real. It's the form, man. All of them, Rob from Flint, and Asians. That's all I saw at the DMV in Fontana, California, because I was working for my dog at Source Trucking. And man, I appreciate the donation, Archie Lee. He said you moved to LA just to bottle orgy aromas. Dog. Archie, you know some of the videos I've been putting you in where me and you cooking each other been doing numbers, dog. Crazy. Respect to you, dog. Archie Lee is paying $700 a month right now for a 2015 Dodge Caravan. 24% interest rate. Wipers don't work. My man, everything he got is on credit. All his furniture in the house from Rent-A-Center. Total with his furniture, rent, and car note, my man is paying $6 a month. Archie, I appreciate you for the donation. It's all love, my G. I appreciate y'all. This donation goes towards the Charlie Fund, which helps all my kids, you know what I'm saying? So I appreciate y'all. There's nothing like real supporters, man. You ain't rock with Rent-A-Center. I'm crying. Yeah, so the trucking game is weird, but whatever. We do what we got to do as men, man. We can't sit back and complain. We can't sit back and, man, I wish I didn't have to. You got to go get it, dog. A real man goes and gets it instead of sitting around waiting on somebody else to give him a handout. You know what I'm saying? I was on the TV show. I've done a lot of stand-in work, stunt work. True story. I was a stunt double for The Rock in the movie Rampage. Now, I never spoke. I was not a speaking part. It was just the scenes he didn't want to do. There was a scene where it was jumping out of a helicopter and there was all this wind was coming in the face. He didn't want to do it. I did that scene. I met him too. And it's true. Dog's not 6'5". I'm 6'3". Me and him was the same height. He's wider than me, but he ain't 6'5". He added 2 inches for wrestling. But his security team had something on them that shut down everybody's phone around him. Everybody's phone didn't work to keep you from coming up and taking pictures. Now there's media out how The Rock is mistreating people on set. Like, listen, I never saw any of that on Rampage. On the movie Rampage, he was one of the friendliest and most cordial, coolest dudes on the set of Rampage. As soon as he got there, he made it a point to speak to everybody on set. And not only that, every 2-3 hours he would shut the set down, and a bus full of handicapped kids would come on to the set. He would shut everything down, talk to them, let them meet the cast and crew, keep everything going. It's like, I don't know who's saying dog is disrespectful on set, but everything that I saw him do was next level. 1,000%. So shout out to The Rock, man. Shout out to The Rock. I was a stand-in on the TV show That's So Raven. Raven Simone, Orlando Brown. And I don't know if y'all know this or not. Orlando Brown is a comedian. And I was kind of new. That's when I first got to California. So I was kind of stand-in for another actor. Stand-in is in between scenes, you stand there for them to get the lighting right for the main actor, and then you leave. So I'm standing on set, and while they're getting the lighting right, and Orlando walked up to me, he said, "Hey, when Raven comes out, I want you to say, 'Hey, everybody, it's Fatso Raven.'" I was like, "Dog, I'm not saying that, man." He said, she likes that, man. And he said, when she comes on screen, when she comes on to do her part, say, 'Hey, everybody, it's Fatso Raven. She likes to eat.'" He said, because she's a lesbian. She loves to eat. He said, "Man, I promise you, if you say it, she'll laugh." I said, "Dog, Orlando, I'm not saying, 'Hey, everybody, it's Fatso Raven. She loves to eat.'" He said, "Man, I give you $100 if you say it." I was like, "All right, well, give me the 100, man." I said, he said, "I promise you she'll love it." So Raven Simone came onto the screen to film, and I said, "Hey, everybody, it's Fatso Raven. She loves to eat." And they immediately removed me from the set. And I haven't done stand-in work since then. And come to find out, it wasn't even Orlando Brown. It was the stand-in that took his place on That's So Raven. So I took $100 from a dude that wasn't even Orlando Brown, dog. Shout out to everybody that was mad at me about the Magic story, dog. People were so mad, like, "You don't even know Magic." Y'all seen it? I don't know if y'all seen it. I talked about it in an episode beforehand. I was at a Hollywood party, and I walk into the Hollywood party, and there was a line of people standing in. It was people standing in line with $30 in their hand. And I said, "What are they doing, dog?" Because my cousin was throwing the party. And he said, "All of them people stand in line because Magic Johnson is in that room charging people $30 to spit on them." I said, "Come on, dog. You telling me Magic Johnson's in that room charging people $30 to spit on them?" He said, "Yeah, man." I said, "Man, give me $30 so I can see. I'm not letting nobody spit on me, but I just want to go in there and see," because they wouldn't even let you in the room until you had 30. Paid the $30 to the person at the door. I go in the room. It ain't even Magic Johnson. It's the actor who portrayed him on the HBO TV show. Oh, dog. Oh, my God, man. Can you imagine going to a party and people standing in line to pay $30 for man? That's a millionaire. He need to charge 30? So you saying Magic should charge more to spit on people? Oh, dog. Listen, man, I don't have them all, man. You already know that. It's up to you whether or not the story is true or not. You leave it up to interpretation. You can Google my name to see I have real acting credits, Charlie Newhart, if you that type of person. I could care less. I'm Charlie Newhart, a real G who didn't take the medicine just to audition for shows, who does his own thing. but I do have credits. So, I mean, did the Raven show happen or not? Was I at a Magic Johnson spit party for $30? Here's another very fun fact. The TV show Brady Bunch, I talked about this in the last episode. The lead actor, his name was Robert Reed, a very accomplished actor. He played the dad on Brady Bunch. He was also a closet homo, right? And it's very sad because he wasn't, especially now during Pride Month. Want to give him his credit. Now in Pride Month, if he was alive now, he would probably be more comfortable with coming out about his sexuality. But in those times, in the 60s and 70s, he had to be a closeted homo. So he had booked all of these roles. He was a successful actor. He books the lead role as the father in Brady Bunch. So has all this professional success, but his personal life is not successful because he can't live his truth. He can't tell everyone who he really is. He's in the closet. But I give credit to the producers of Brady Bunch because they allowed Robert Reed an opportunity to express his sexuality. They knew his plight. And he also wrote songs. So they said, Robert, we want you to write the theme song to the Brady Bunch. And if you listen to the song closely, he gives hints of his sexuality throughout the song. Here's a story of a man named Brady who was busy with 3 boys of his own. They gave dog a chance to express himself, man. California is a weird place. Super weird. Shout out to Robert Reed for expressing himself. Insane. What else do we have? Did we cover it all? Charlie put a touch screen in his 94 Lincoln. Oh, dog, whatever. Jonathan Long has a 93 Buick GS with neon lights underneath and dual exhaust Flowmasters on a V6 and 2 8-inch Rockford Fosgate subs in the trunk. He telling everybody like, hey, I missed that Lincoln Town Car. I did have a 96 all-white Lincoln Town Car. It's one of my favorites. Grand Marquis is my all-time favorite, man. Grand Marquis is my ultimate hood car. Ultimate hood car. Have any of y'all ever lost it and got it all back? You know how many times I've lost it all, got it all back, lost it all again, and got it all back? A lot of people lose it and never get it back. I'm talking about times, I ain't even got to be specific. I don't want to run my whole resume down, but times where I'm getting to a stupid bag, lose it all on a stupid move, and then be down for 2 years. And it's funny when you're down, everybody reminds you like, man, what happened to the Jaguar, dog? What happened to the conversion van on 26s, man? People remind you when you down, when you up, ain't nobody got to say nothing. But I done lost it all and got it back. I don't know how many times. To where I don't even be mad no more. But as the older I'm getting at 46, I'm like, dog, okay. How many times can I continue to start over, dog? Like a real hustler can lose it all and get it all back like that. Lose it all, get it back. But the older I'm getting, I'm like, wait a minute, dog. I got to play the game a little different, man. I got kids, man. I'm 46. Like, so what are some of the things that y'all do when you lose it and you get it back to keep it? You seen one for 1,000 yesterday? I'm on my 2nd year behind down after buying a Porsche last year to come back about to be serious. Hey, dog. Listen, man. I'm going to keep it a bean. I'm talking about up. I was up. Running my dad's car lot. I had about 7 or 8 cars on his lot. I had a Jag. I had an old school Cutlass, a Yukon. I put the wifey in an Impala SS. And we had a little shooter, little Sebring we was driving every day. 6-bedroom house with a pool. Up. Getting all the money in the world, dog. You know what I'm saying? Then I booked a role on Chicago. I remember doing Chicago PD, that scene where I was the coach. Doing Chicago PD, knowing I'm making a bag there. My dad calls me. I go to the trailer. He said, yo, Yukon that you had here just sold. I made $2,800 from a Yukon I sold at his lot while I'm in Chicago shooting the show, getting to the bag. 2016, 2017, it all changed. It's like everything just, you know what I'm saying? Sold the house, sold the Cutlass. We sold everything, moved to Cali. Got to Cali, it was kind of up and down, but it's like, get it, get the bag, get it, balling, going crazy, fall down. Get back up, get back up. Now what I'm learning is when you up, behave like you down. So when I was up, like the really up the last time, why did I have a Jaguar? Because the only thing that happened is I got into an accident with somebody. I'm driving a new Jag. They look at me because I got bread. They sue me and they win the lawsuit for $25,000. Stuff like that. So when you get up, behave like you down. You know what I'm saying? You can still have nice things, but just when you get a bag, get that bag to make you more money. And when you make money off of that, then buy something. Now it's like, I get a bag, I act like it don't even exist. Let's reinvest. Let me go buy a couple cars, a few houses. And then I'll let those things buy me the new things, man. The problem is that we be down for so long. When we get back up, we want to show everybody we up. And it's like, the older you get, ain't nobody really looking, dog. Just bought a shell of a 95 Camry for $3 yesterday. That's what I mean. Working on making. Hey, man, and especially now in this economy and what's going on, it's tough, man. What we spend on groceries and all this other stuff, it's not always easy. And I think I had to get back into the work industry to really see what everybody going through. Like, dog, it ain't no joke, man. So I would say start investing in your talents and your abilities. You know what I'm saying? All the stuff you've been dreaming about, because that's the stuff that's going to make you money later. Start building on what the you looks like 5 years from now. Because the you 5 years from now is not you now. But if you start making the small, subtle choice, the problem with a hustler's lifestyle, if you're used to getting quick money, people doing things for you, you've taken some chances, you did some street stuff, you used to get money like that. And your decisions are made like that. We're not used to thinking about 5, 6 years from now. But if you slow down and maybe do a little bit of both, you making decisions for now, but also make decisions for the 5 years ago, 5 years from now. That's why I'm in school for psychology. And I love being in school for psychology. I love taking these classes because it's like one day, let's say the entertainment thing never happens. It never pans out for me. I could be a licensed therapist at the crib doing Zoom meetings for $100 an hour. So that's me thinking about and not only that, even if I don't use it for that, say I use it for stand-up. I invested in my education. Now I have a level of credibility and information that I didn't have beforehand. And it's just something to make me a better man, but it's later on down the road. Doing a little bit every day. That's what I learned through this book, Atomic Habits, that I just finished by James Clear. Just doing a little bit every day, even if it's just 2 minutes a day on a new habit. You start building towards the 50-year-old you. That's what I'm on now. That's how I'm going to get it next time and just keep it. So now that I'm auditioning and doing the commercials, when that bag come in, that money ain't even real. Stack it. Stack it. Just put that up. I wasn't expecting to get that. Let's put that up. Because the ups and downs, the Bible says the rain falls on the just and the unjust. The ups and downs hit everybody. But the difference is the person who gets to a bag and acts like that bag ain't real and stacks it, when the downturn happens, now they leaning on their investments, the other businesses, because that one business ain't always going to pop. When one slow down, you got the other one. You got several streams of income: real estate, flipping cars, doing live events. You know what I'm saying? Whatever you put in your hands to, driving the truck, whatever that may be. We got to get away from living on the edge, man. So that's all I got, man. I enjoyed myself. I love y'all because I love myself.